It's an honor, and I can't wait for the world to hear about Osas's story. Well, the inspiration was from my mom's story and the things I saw growing up after the death of my dad.
Mm.
My mom suddenly found herself a widow with 8 children to raise,
Wow.
and I watched her uh, fight relentlessly to give us the same chances other children have without struggle. Her sacrifices, resilience, and quiet strength stayed with me. And over the years, I've seen stories of people around me doing everything they can just to cross the invisible lines of class and opportunity. That's what pushed me to write You Can't Sit with Them. I wanted to explore what it feels like to come from a place where nothing is handed over to you,
Mhm.
but to work hard and to get a seat at a table, but you still feel, do I truly belong here? That's what inspired me to write the story. Well, the main message I want readers to take away is that success often comes from unseen sacrifices, especially from the people who support us along the way. Through Osasi's story, I wanted to explore what it truly means to belong and how our past shapes who we become.
Mhm.
The book celebrates perseverance, family bond, especially the love between a mother and a daughter,
Yeah.
and the courage it takes to chase dreams despite obstacles. I also hope that readers walk away with empathy, understanding that everyone's journey is different and that our struggle is part of our strength, not something that we should hide. I'm particularly interested in the chapter 13 of this
Mm.
book, so I hope you guys enjoy it this evening. Well, back in her apartment, the room was dim, the soft hum of the radiation filling the silence. Osas lay beside Yelling, both of them facing opposite directions, the kind of closeness that didn't require conversation. But Osas wasn't asleep. Her eyes traced the ceiling, thoughts cycling her mouth around a flame. Can I really make it without them? She wondered. Without the boys, without Bayo, without the machineries of power, greased by proximity and charm. She thought of the city, its millions of lives moving forward without handshake in government houses or whispered promises over candlelit dinners. They survived, she told herself. They build, they rise. They don't all have a Bayo or a Daffy or Odeon or even the SFG, if Nigeria. And if they could, so could she. The real challenge wasn't the boys, it was Ruth,
Mm.
her mother's voice, always echoing with urgencies. You must level up. You must live up to your father's wishes. You must become what you were supposed to be if he hadn't died. But Osas didn't want to live up to it. She wanted to escape it. If she could silence the voice, if she could stop measuring herself against men who wore suits like armor and offered futures like favors, she might finally be free. She turned slightly, watching Yellen's steady breathing. It won't be easy, she thought, but, but it won't be impossible. The room was dim, the soft hum of the city outside barely audible through the window. She spoke into the quiet. Do you think life horribly will go horribly wrong if I take my chances on my own, without the boys, without their connections? Yelling turned slightly. What do you mean? Osas hesitated, then told her about Obianuju's husband, the tech manager turned retail worker, the years of experiences erased by geography, the dignity traded for survival. Yelling listened, then nodded. Obianuju's rights. That's the reality, especially for immigrants like us, especially when your skin isn't white. Osas was quiet, Yelling continued, voice softer now. Sometimes people think I'm white until they hear my surname. Then everything shifts. The tone, the assumption, the access. Osas turned to face her. Even you? Yellen smiled faintly. Even me. They lay there, the silence between them no longer empty, but full of shared knowing. Osas exhaled. So what do I do? Yellen shrugged gently. You prepare. You resist where you can. You bend where you must.
Hmm.
And you remember, your surname will always speak before you do. And when you do, your accent will head stronger than your message. Osas nodded, the weight of it setting in her chest. The room was still, the air heavy, with the kind of quiet that follows hard truths. Osas lay there beside Yellen, her thought tangled, her pride flickering like a candle in the wind. Yellen turned towards her, voice low but firm. Don't count on your intelligence. Osas frowned. What do you mean? I mean, I know super brilliant people in London, waiting tables, Yellen said. My Uber driver last week, theoretically, physicist from Pakistan, couldn't find a job in his field, drives Uber while waiting for someone to finally say yes. Osas didn't speak. And the guy who cleans our building, Yellen continued, a geneticist, Nigerian. You should meet him. Brilliant. Helped me with my assignment once. Knew more than my lecturer. But no UK experience, no connection. So he scrubs the floor.